Okay, I know everybody's emotions are high, but are we ready to go?
Yes. I'll speak with Father, and then I'll talk to Charlie, and I'll talk to everyone else that was here at the ceremony and find out how they felt about it, and then we'll get comments from Father.
When people talk, if they could say who they are.
Yes, give the names.
Well, whenever you're ready, just give us the signal and we'll get started.
Rolling.
Action.
Mrs. Dandy, would you please explain what happened to your daughter after I sent her a piece of my hair? You said there were problems in the house?
Well, for some time she had been hearing voices outside of her window, talking about her. After she got the hair, they were discussing you. I believe it was the woman that said, "We can't get to her because Tanis is with her." The woman said, "We've got to get away to get her to take it off," referring to the bracelet, I'm sure, with the hair in it.
And she's been carrying that bracelet with her ever since? Was there any harm that ever came to her during that period?
No.
Was there anything else that happened after that, or was that the only incident?
Cut. We've got a problem.
What's the problem?
One of the cords cut out. I got it. Okay, we're good to go. Rolling. Action.
None whatsoever. Charlie, would you tell us about your accident that you had, as much as you can remember, and we'll see if we can fill it in from there.
It was October 20th. A friend of mine and I were out in my car, and he suddenly lost control of his hands. And he drew a picture of a buzzsaw in the window. And that's about the last thing I can remember. And then, when I had my accident, at that exact spot where he had drawn, that buzzsaw had been smashed during the accident, as if by a head. But there was nobody else in the car but me. It was impossible for me to hit it there.
Did you feel anyone in the car as you were driving the car along, Charlie?
I have no recollection.
No recollection. Well, what could you relate about the buzzsaw?
Well, we had found out that 20 years ago, a boy of 16 was killed by a buzzsaw, split his head in half.
Okay. The other thing I'd like to know is, what was reported on your way to the hospital in the ambulance? Am I right, Charlie?
On the way to Brooklawn, I was told I was screaming out, "Cut it out, Charlie!" And anybody that got near me, I would just punch. I don't know what it meant. I just kept screaming, "Cut it out, Charlie!"
Do you remember any of those 2.5 weeks at all?
The last 4 days.
Thomas, we would like to hear what you saw in this house. One evening, I believe it was.
So I was standing with Charlie, and then I went and sat in Mr. Dandy's chair, and it seemed to move, so I got up, being kind of scared, and we were fooling around a little bit, and we saw something behind the chair, so we both blew smoke at it, and it kind of outlined it in detail, so I punched it with my fist, and that's when Charlie went into some kind of fit.
Was this the first time you noticed something in the Dandy home?
Not really, no. I had a feeling that something was moving about, something like that.
We have just gone through what I call de-psyching a house, where there's a lot of energy. I don't call it exorcism, but of course Father Alphonsus did the exorcism also with the prayer. To those of the Dandy home who participated in this, did any one of you have any feelings? Can we start with you? What feelings did you have? Did you have any unusual feelings while we were praying together?
Well, I just felt like the time I was protected by the ghosts in my room.
So in other words, you felt very peaceful.